So we're back out on Piledriver Slough. Last time I did a video here, I talked about it's the highest I've ever seen the water. And I guess I now need to eat those words because the water is probably, a good foot, maybe a foot and a half higher than it was for that video. So, beautiful paddle across the little lake out till we get to Piledriver. We'll go up here a little ways and I guess see what we're gonna find on the flooded Piledriver. But kind of in a nutshell, with Piledriver being as high as it is, it actually has picked up a little bit of a current. So rather than the normal, kind of paddle on a lake type feeling that you get with Piledriver, instead right now we're getting a little bit of a current. You can actually see some ripples on the sides a little bit where it's bending around what used to be the banks, which really now are all underwater, because we've actually got water over the banks in quite a few areas. But it produces little swirls that are on the side, which, if you're not used to it, it feels like it wants to take your boat and move you around a little bit. But nothing that folks couldn't handle if they chose to come out and do a little paddling here. So I think our goal today is a little shorter paddle than the past. It was really to get out and kind of test this new camera setup, and can you put a gimbal in a boat, which I guess you can. And we'll see how smooth that footage is. It's got to be smoother than the normal footage where you rock side by side. Well, we'll go up to what we'll call Piledriver Flood Lake. And it's really just a shallower area that there's usually a little bit of water in there, but lately with the water being high, it's actually kind of flooded out and made a small lake that we can go back, do a little exploring on. One never knows what one might find or see back there. We're actually trying to get up a little channel here, a little piece of water that I have simply never been able to go. I've always seen it, and I'm wondering if this has got enough water and flooding that we're actually going to be able to loop back to the main piece of water that's always been pretty accessible. But a beautiful, beautiful night. I've been hearing lots of different bird calls out there. In fact, if you listen, you can hear one of them right now. And unfortunately, that is not a bird that I know, because I don't know most of these by sound. Pretty good with the sight, if I can get a good picture. There's a few of them that you know the sound, just as I guess you've heard them enough. So we're going to keep going up this and see if maybe this goes out to something we already know. Put a little loop on the top of our path here. But we're in here with a bunch of tamarack trees, which you can kind of see on the left and the right. And tamarack trees are actually an evergreen that lose their needles. And so another sign that winter is coming. A lot of these tamaracks in here, the leaves, or the needles, I guess, have gone from green to brown. And after that, those needles will fall off just like a deciduous tree would. And it's just another signal to us that temperatures are cooling down a little less daylight, and fall and winter are not too far away. Well, this has turned out to be quite an evening. I thought I was coming out just to see can you really take movies in a kayak with a gimbal on a tripod, and I'm finding that yes, in fact you can, and you actually get pretty good control of it. But more importantly, just a beautiful night to be out kayaking. Again, nice and calm. The water's extremely reflective. Temperatures, well, probably a tiny bit chilly. Probably should have a little bit more clothing on than the sweatshirt. But all in all, what a beautiful night to go out for a little bit of a paddle on an area that's not usually this accessible. So one of the byproducts of the last 2 weeks worth of rain, I guess, is things are just a little higher than normal, and I think we can take that. That's kind of a nice little feature there. So again, out on Piledriver, what was I calling this? The Piledriver Flood Lake. But it's still just part of the Piledriver Slough area. Beautiful time to be out. Actually seeing quite a few birds flying around. It's that time of night where I guess the evening feed is going on, but don't really have the right equipment with me to photograph those birds, so we're just gonna have to enjoy them as I'm enjoying the kayaking. But thanks for coming along on this probably short video in the Paddle Alaska or Kayak Alaska. I forget what I called those. But anyway, in the kayak, which is a good day, on the water, which is a doubly good day, beautiful calm weather, which is, boy, that's 3 strikes for, I think I can get used to this, and that I do. So thanks for coming along on the Daily Wander. Hopefully we'll get a few more paddles in before Old Man Winter begins to show his head. And until then, thanks for coming along on the Daily Wander.